Today I'm going to give you tips on how to teach sales skills, because it doesn't really matter how many people you have selling for you if they're not closing well. We want to get your team highly effective so that you can go on vacation or you can be sick and still have sales happening in your company. I'm Amy Walker, and thanks for watching the CEO Spot. For all the tips that you need to grow your business and increase your balance in your personal life, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I release new content every Tuesday, so hit that bell notification so that you'll get notified when new content comes out. If you're watching this video, chances are you have a sales team or you're considering hiring your first salesperson. So you might be a network marketer, you might be a small business owner, you might be a sales manager, you might be a solopreneur who is ready to dip your toe in and just get somebody else closing deals so you can actually take a vacation once in a while. Whoever you are, I'm excited that you're watching today, and we're going to give you some great strategies to help you be able to bring your new people up to speed faster and get them closing deals more quickly. Another resource for you that I would highly recommend, I've got a sales book. It's called the I'm Not a Salesperson Sales Book, How to Sell Like a Natural Even If You're Not. It's got some great scripting templates in there, great training, and it will be a really good resource for your new salespeople. And the best part is it's free. So make sure you go grab a copy. The link is in the description, or you can go to www.salesaremything.com. But great resource. I'd love to help you train your people. So tell me in the comments, why do you want to learn how to teach sales? Why is that important to you right now in your business? All right, let's jump into our info here. My first question for you is, are you a natural at sales, or is sales a struggle for you? Because it's going to give you a different set of challenge when you're training your people. If you are a natural at sales, the problem is you'll go to train your people and you will skip steps and you will not give them enough information, and you will have an unrealistic expectation of them, because for everything that you tell them to do, there's 5 things that you do that you didn't think about the fact that you do. So if you're a natural at sales, your challenge is to really break it down step by step. Think of Van Gogh paint by numbers. Van Gogh can create a masterpiece out of his mind. But if I want to create a Van Gogh, I need a paint by numbers version, and you gotta tell me exactly what to do. The other end of this spectrum is that you struggle with sales and you need to hire somebody because you're not necessarily good at it. And the challenge here is going to be that you don't have a proven process yet, and so you're trying to hire people to do something that you can't really do well on your own. It's going to be a little bit of a different challenge when you're training them, because you're going to be listening to their calls and giving them feedback. You're going to be having them watch you, and you might not necessarily be confident in what they're going to see and what you'll be able to pass on to them. It's hard to pass on a skill that you don't have. So my recommendation on that side is, number 1, you need to take a sales course and you need to improve your sales skills so that you can even understand what they should be doing and what you should be listening for and measuring in them. Because if you're bad at sales and you hire other people who are also bad at sales and you don't know that they're bad at sales, then guess what? That's a lot of bad sales. So it's going to be a challenge. The second thing that I recommend doing is hire somebody who has a proven track record in sales and will be more of a collaborator with you, that understands the goal is for them to become more of a sales director or sales manager. That yes, they're just an initial starting out salesperson right now, but you want somebody who owns that skill of sales to help you grow the company over the long haul. So maybe invest in a higher level, higher caliber salesperson so that you can counterbalance your weakness there. Okay, so the second thing to consider is, do you have all the resources for the salespeople that they need? Bringing on salespeople without having a sales system in place is problematic, because they might be really great and they might have a proven track record, but then you bring them in and your stuff is a hot mess and it's actually hard for them to close deals. So things that they need to have a script in place. Like, there needs to be a script. They need to have product knowledge training in place. There needs to be some sort of system in place, like a CRM, to track their calls and track their leads. They need to have a plan in place for processing orders. They need to have a plan in place for contracts. So there are just certain tools that they have to have before they get started. So don't rush into, now I'm just going to train you what to do, but you don't have any of the tools that they need. Make sure that you're really ready for them when you bring them on and start training them. So the third thing that I do is once I have that, I've got the script, I've got the product knowledge, then we start to role play. Role play is a critical skill in learning to sell better. It just is. There's no way around it. Everybody feels dumb when they role play. Everybody feels silly. Everybody gets better when they role play. I hear from people, well, no, I'm better when I do this on my own. I'm like, I'm not buying that. You're telling me that you're better without practice. I don't know any professional musicians or any professional athletes or any professional artists that are like, oh, no, I don't practice. Just wait until the real game. You know, I'm not going to play with the team now, but wait until the real game and then I'll show up. It doesn't work that way. Everybody is better with practice, and that's all that role play is it's practice, but you need to hear how they're talking. I promise you, if they don't hear you talking and you don't hear them talking, you guys are not saying the same thing. And it doesn't matter what's written on the script because the people go off script, right? Like the people will ask a question or they'll say something or they'll move in this direction. And you can't script out every possible thing that can come up in a sales conversation. So you have to listen to each other, and that happens through role play. The fourth thing that I do is I do 2-to-1 shadowing. And so what I'll do is I will have the new salesperson listen to me on 2 sales calls. And then I will listen to them do 1 sales call. And then they'll listen to me for 2, and then I'll listen to them for 1. And then we flop. And then I listen to them for 2, and I have them listen to me for 1. And then I listen to them for 2 and have them listen to me for 1. That 2-to-1 shadowing will allow you to be able to create that transition where then they hear you a lot and then you hear them more and more. And then once you're confident with what you're hearing, you can be good to go. Number 5 step is the debrief. After every sales call, take a few minutes to go through why you said what you said, or why they should have gone a different direction than they did. You think that as you're going through, you think they're picking up on all of the nuances, but they're actually not. In a great sales conversation, you're maneuvering and you're hearing where they're going and you're going, okay, I need to get them over here in order to be able to make traction. So you're making all these little maneuvers and all these little adjustments, and they're not going to pick up on those nuances while they're just listening to you. So debrief at the end and go over why you said what you said. And when they are doing the sales call and you're listening, go over what you wish they would have said and when you wish they would have said it. Debrief is really critical. So my 6th step, once they do get started holding sales calls on their own without you, which we want that to happen as soon as possible. We want them to listen to enough calls that they're confident, but we want them out on their own as quickly as possible. So once they get there, then what we need to do is each week talk through all their potential closes and potential clients, talk through the scenarios and talk through what you would do to close them, and be consistently asking the question, what will it take for this person to close? What will it take for this person to say yes? And use your wisdom to help guide them and direct them towards getting more yeses. My last tip for you on how to train